day begins on a cool summer morning. We find ourselves in the town of Robbinston, walking the red granite beach. The air is thick with fog. We struggle to see out over the coast and wonder what lies ahead.
Hey travelers, Mag, I, and Skeletor 10 here on day 19 of our trip across the US. We did what we aimed to do last night. We made it to the coast of Maine. And as you can see, we really made it to the coast of Maine. This is a pretty nice spot right now. We're on the red granite beach. We came out here to do an earth cache and learn about the geology of the area. Pretty interesting, and of course we appreciate the opportunity for a view. We're going to work the coastal cities and make our way into Bar Harbor, and from Bar Harbor into Acadia. We'll get to play around in Acadia as much as we feel like today, and then we're going to stage ourselves for the Vinyl Haven Ferry tomorrow. So we're looking forward to a pretty good day today. I think there's going to be a lot of neat stuff to see and a lot of good smells to enjoy along the way. Let's see what it has to offer.
The entire area was wrapped under a layer of fog for the better part of the morning. We didn't let that stop us from finding what we were looking for, though. The first stop in our agenda for the day was Bad Little Falls Park. We could hear the sound of the rushing waterfalls even from a distance. We crossed over the metal bridge and made our way down to the landing to have a look at the falls. What we found was an impressive sight indeed. The water was rushing its way down the rocks and under the bridge. Everything had a dark brown color, which made us think it would be better named Coca-Cola Falls. Gosh, wouldn't that be delicious? We stayed to learn a little bit more about the formation of this waterfall and enjoyed watching the water rush its way down the river before heading to our next destination. We let Ai-chan lead the way on this one on a coastal trail on Rock Bluff State Park. She seemed more than content to just enjoy the coast as we walked. Like everything else in the area, the entire place was wrapped in a layer of fog. We could barely make anything out more than 50 feet out over the water. It made for a pretty eerie beach walk, especially when we stumbled across Gilligan's Island. These mariners seemed to have failed at figuring out the right place to park their boats. Or maybe they were just waiting for high tide to carry them away. That heavy layer of fog finally began to burn itself off when we reached Pigeon Hill Preserve. We climbed up and up along the hills in this preserve until we finally reached a summit viewpoint near the top. We met several hikers along the way and really enjoyed this well-maintained trail system. We were able to easily navigate the yellow-colored trail to find each of the targets we were hunting out there. The climb was uphill the entire way. The dog struggled to keep pace with us to the top, but man, once we started on the way back down, she could not be stopped as she let her momentum carry her all the way down the hillside. Nothing's gonna stop this pooch. We came out to the tidal falls in Sullivan, expecting to see a waterfall of some sort. Instead, we were bamboozled when we arrived at high tide. That resulted in a mostly flat river for us, so we kind of missed out on the tidal falls. When we reached Trenton, things started to get a little weird. We found ourselves on a snipe hunt, and the trail to reach the snipe was loaded with ancient relics all along the way. It certainly raised a lot more questions than answers as to who would build a trail like this, or why. Since we could hear the light strumming of banjos off in the distance, we decided not to investigate that too far. As we drew closer to our target, the sound of rushing water continued to grow louder and louder. Is that? Yes, it is. It's a chocolate river. Maybe I should try a drink. I bet you it tastes like a good old yoo-hoo. Skeletor 10 agreed, although neither one of us was brave to find out if we were right about the flavor. Fortunately, we did end up finding the cache we were looking for down by the riverside. Like everything else out on this trail, it was really quite unique. A great way to bring this treasure hunt to a close. By late afternoon, we'd finally made it into Bar Harbor on the footsteps of Acadia National Park. There was so much to see here, but time was already quite limited. So we picked out the sites we wanted to see most and did those first. Of course, the trail out to see the old Thunderhole was a must-do. It did come highly recommended by a Mainer friend of ours after all. It's a very interesting tidal spot. As the tide rushes in, it fills this tiny cave slot. The water has nowhere to go except against the rock, so it fills the hole and splashes back like a clap of thunder. It's pretty cool to stand there and watch the tide go out, and then force its way back in a rush, and boom! We got a pretty big kick out of it. Finally, our day started to wind to a close as we began our ascent up Cadillac Mountain. It was actually pretty difficult to make good time up this mountain, not only because of the slow speed limit, but also because all of the great view areas we just had to stop in and see. And the higher up that we got on the mountain, the better that those views became. There were a lot of people enjoying the summit when we got up there, but there's plenty of space for everyone to carve out their own little slice of the view. And so we did, soaking in every moment of it while we could. What a great day.
Well, travelers, that's a wrap to another wonderful day on the road. This concludes our day 19 trip, and what a day it's been. We've been able to travel around the east coast of Maine, and we've ended our day here at Acadia on top of Cadillac Mountain, the highest point in the eastern seaboard. And the views up here from all the way around are just incredible, not to mention how fresh that air is up here. We've really had a good time today. We covered about 200 miles getting down here and still managed to get everything we wanted to do. We're heading down toward Rockland next, and we're going to board the Vinyl Haven ferry in the morning, and tomorrow morning is going to be dedicated to getting the 2 pages out there on Vinyl Haven. For now, it's just going to be a haul for us to get from Acadia over to Vinyl Haven by the end of the day. But we still have plenty of sunlight, and we don't think it's going to be an issue to make it happen. We appreciate you joining us. Like this video and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned because we're going to have daily updates continuing to come your way. Happy trails!